I'm speaking with Dr. Brenton Button, who has recently published an article in Rural and Remote Health titled Exploring Children's Perceptions of Barriers and Facilitators to Physical Activity in Rural Northwestern Ontario. Welcome.
Hello. Before we get started, I just want to thank the community, schools, and students who participated in this project. None of this would have happened without their contributions.
So how did the research come about?
Well, low levels of physical activity are consistently reported for Canadian children, and it's important we increase these levels because higher levels of physical activity are related to numerous health benefits. Research suggests that the physical environment in which children live, play, and go to school has an influence on physical activity levels by making it harder or easier for children to be active. However, there's a lack of research that specifically examines how features of the rural environments impact physical activity. So the objective of this study was to explore children's perceptions of barriers and facilitators to physical activity in their home communities.
Terrific. And who were the research team involved in this study?
Well, this paper comes from the Human Environments Analysis Laboratory, and it was co-authored with Suzanne Tillman, who is a master's student on the project, and Dr. Jason Gilliland, who is the director of the Human Environments Analysis Laboratory and professor at Western University in Ontario, Canada.
What did you find?
Well, in this study, we were really interested in hearing children's perspectives, so we conducted 20 focus groups with 84 children, which represents just below 50% of all children in grades 4 to 8 in the rural Northern Ontario study region. And three key themes are identified that influence children's physical activity: the environment, social environment, and perceptions of safety. Environmental features include weather and the built environment. Social environment includes the role of friends and adults to either facilitate or restrict children's play, and fear of wildlife was pervasive across all focus groups. Some research on rural areas have found similar results, but what is really important is the understanding of these themes in this specific rural context. For example, as part of the environment theme, children talked about the impact of weather. In most cases, children talked about how the cold and snow prevented them from being active. And in this rural environment, children have few opportunities for indoor physical activity outside of school time. So it's the finding of weather in combination with the specific attributes of this rural community, the few indoor places to be active, that will lead to a deeper understanding of the barriers and facilitators to rural children's physical activity. And from these richer findings, we can create more specific and successful interventions.
Well, what kind of interventions might you create? What are the implications for this study?
Well, generally the implications are that physical activity is a complex behavior that is influenced by many factors, including region-specific variables. And researchers need to continuously examine and understand different nuances between regions. Specific to this community, one future intervention could look at the feasibility of building a skate park, because this was mentioned in every single focus group. And in the winter, trying to find a way to gain access to school gymnasiums so children have a place to play during these cold and dark winters.
Fantastic. So what kind of research might lead on from this?
Well, the data for this study actually comes from a larger multi-methods project called the Spatial, Temporal, Environmental, and Activity Monitoring Project. In this study, we used accelerometers, which measure physical activity, surveys, GPS units, and children's activity diaries. So we're currently publishing some of the accelerometer data, and then we're going to be doing a more in-depth examination of rural children's daily physical activity through these activity diaries.
Fantastic. It's really exciting research, and I can't wait to see what you publish next. Thanks very much, Brenton.
Thank you.